Oh my gosh, my dumb ass. My mic was accidentally muted on my actual mic. Wow, that's embarrassing. But hello everyone. Hello. Welcome back to stream. I hope everyone has been having a lovely week. I hope you guys have been having a lovely weekend. It's been a little bit since I've last streamed, so I wanted to at least do a gorilla stream at least today. Right, since it's been such a long time, but I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you guys have been having a good week. I have been busy with IRL stuff. I have just been a very busy bee. So that's why I wasn't able to stream this past weekend, but I hope you all are having a good one. Yeah. So, oh, I forgot. What am I going to say? So, yeah, I've just been having a busy. I had to work my actual job. We had our school festival, and it was fun. It was very fun. Don't get me wrong. It was absolutely a wonderful time. I loved it. But I had to do that on Friday and Saturday. So I had to work on a Saturday, which I usually don't work because of the festival, and I was just very tired. I was very tired after coming back, and I was just like, I can't I cannot stream like this. So I was like, I think I'll take this weekend off. I wanted to keep it gorilla just in case, because I wasn't too sure, so that's why I'm streaming now, because I'm like not tired anymore and I still have the day off tomorrow. But I really wanted to stream on Sunday, but it just wasn't looking. I was so tired. The school festival we had, it was still very hot outside. There was not a lot of sunlight. It was like kind of cloudy that day, luckily, so like there wasn't like the sun wasn't beating down on us. And technically most of the stuff that happened took place in the building, but again, schools here do not have central AC, so when you're walking around in the hallways, you are very warm, right? And it's still very warm here because fall for some reason has still not decided not to grace us yet. Technically it's fall already, right? It turned fall this weekend already, but fall is still not here. Fall is still not here yet. It's still very hot, and so it was very hot at the festival. And you know, when it's that hot, you just, at least for me, all of my energy just drains out of me. I'll be completely honest, all of my energy just completely drains out of me, and I'm just tired. So when I came back, I was tired, and then on Saturday I was just super duper tired. So yeah, but I hope everyone's been having a good weekend. So yeah, for me, pretty much I did the school festival. I got paid finally. Woo! Payday! I finally got paid, so I decided to treat myself, and I went to round 1 and I spent 55,000 yen on a crane game. Spent 5,000 on a crane game, did not win. And then I was like, okay, we're just gonna do the rhythm games. And so I'm just like, now I'm just kind of like, okay, maybe when I go to round 1, I shouldn't touch the crane games. Maybe I should make that rule for myself. Like, you know what? No more touching the crane games, right? We're just gonna stick to the rhythm games and have fun. There was a Dance Dance Revolution there that I did not try because I was like too tired to do Dance Dance Revolution. But when I go there next time, I think I am, because oh my gosh, Dance Dance Revolution. But it was so nice being in front of Game Center. I mean, it's a game center, and you know, it's just designed to make you want to keep playing. Especially for me, there were so many times where I got so close. I thought I got so close, but I wasn't close at all. And yeah, it sucked. it sucked balls. I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. And then before I know it, I was just, my coins were going and I was just like, okay, I can't, we gotta stop. But you know, the little voice is like, you know, cheering you on and all the bright flashing lights and oh my gosh, I think I finally understand what it's like to be in a casino. Like I've never been to a casino myself. But I think I understand what it feels like to like be at one of those casinos, you know, where like you're trying, where like those people are just constantly like hitting the slot machines or, you know, playing poker or whatever. I think I actually, I get it now. You know what I mean? Like I get it now. Like, oh my gosh, this is, ugh. I was like, this is intense. This is intense. So, okay, no more crane games for me, guys. Because I spent 50,000 yen and I felt very annoyed. And I'm like, okay, you know what? No more crane games. No more crane games for me. Because then at that point, it's just like, okay, girl, you might as well just buy a plushie like online. Which I have been considering because, but like at the same time, I also do not need any more plushies because, okay, well these days I'm going to take a picture of my bed. Because it's bad. My bed is full of plushies. Like it's getting so bad, they keep falling off of my bed. Like it's bad. I have way too many plushies. It's really bad. It's bad. And I feel bad for having this many plushies. But it's not my fault. I just really love plushies. And so, yeah. I did that. And then I played my rhythm games. I like this one rhythm game called Ongeki. It's a really fun game that I like to play. It has so many good songs on there and I like the gameplay of it and stuff. And so, yeah, I was like, okay, good. But yeah, the round one that I went to was actually like an amusement center. So it had like multiple floors, not just like floors full of like crane games and like arcade games, but there were also other floors that I didn't go to, but like they had like bowling there. They had like sports games there. Like, you know, range games and stuff like baseball, stuff like that. They also had like karaoke there as well. It was just called like an amusement center, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, so I went there, I had fun. So I'm like, okay, this is definitely like another place where like this would be fun to come with friends again. You know, like I would definitely want to come with friends and like have like a proper fun time there too, especially with I haven't gone bowling in ages now that I think about it. I think the last time that I've been bowling was like I want to say like middle school is when the last time I went bowling, like middle school, honestly. I mean, to be fair, like bowling when I went before was like always something I did that was like a part of like a summer camp thing or whatever. So it wasn't really something that I was interested in. It was just, you know, something I went to. Plus I sucked at bowling, I think. I mean, I suck at all sports, but I really did suck at bowling. I sucked at Wii bowling, so I was like not that good at actual bowling, but I was like, okay. But like, honestly, if someone were to hit me up now and be like, hey, you want to go bowling? I'd probably be like, yeah, sure, why not? There's like, there's nothing for me to lose at this point. Like, am I gonna suck ass? Definitely. But at the same time, it's like, why not? Let's go bowling. Y'all go bowling? Anyone? Or are you also just like, I'm not much of a bowling person. I mean, they have competitive bowling, so it's like an obviously real sport and everything, but me personally, I'm just like, bowling's cool. I just suck at bowling. I'm the type of person who I need like the guards so that I don't like get the gutter balls, right? I used to get that as a kid, but then when you get to a certain age, at least at the place that I used to go to, they're like, okay, you can't get the guards anymore. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? And they're like, no, you're like at a certain age now. Like, we're not gonna give you the guards anymore. You need to like just, you know, do this on your own. And I was like, oh, I am so offended. So offended. I can't get the guards. I suck at bowling. I deserve these. It's a handicap. I deserve them. And they're like, no, you're too old for the guards. And I was just like, okay, well, whatever. And then boom, I kept getting gutter balls. And I was like, see, there should be like there should be like, you know, you should give these to the people who aren't good at like bowling and stuff. Hi Albert, good morning. I hope you're having a good morning. Thanks for joining. joined just in time for me to talk about how much I suck at bowling. Because I haven't been bowling in years, but I suck at bowling. But yeah, apparently when you reach a certain age, a lot of bowling places will not let you, like, won't let you use like the guards, so you won't get gutter balls. So I was like, okay, well, this is not going to be fun. That also reminds me of another activity that I had to do in summer camp that was not really fun for me, but it was just something that we had to do in summer camp because it's like, okay, that's what's on the agenda for today, and that was roller skating. So I cannot roller skate. Have I put on roller skates? Yes. Have I tried roller skating? Yes. Can I roller skate? No. I fall, I slip, I slide all over the dig damn place. And no matter how much I tried to just roller skate normally, I could not. And I definitely fell. It was terrible. I would have to like grab onto like, you know, the railings and like try to skate or whatever. But it was just like not that fun. It was just, skating was just not fun because I could not do it. And I just was like, this is not fun at all. And why do people roller skate? This isn't fun, and I don't like this whatsoever. And for some odd reason in my life, I found myself like twice at the same skating place trying to skate, and I'm just like, I do not want to be here. But I'm here for the whole day, so it's just like, you might as well get out there and skate, and I could not skate to save my life. And there was no one nice enough, or I was too shy to ask for help, so it's just me kind of just trying to get around the best way that I was able to, and not surviving. So yeah, I also can't roller skate. Fun fact, I cannot roller skate. I've never been ice skating, so I probably cannot ice skate. Yeah, I can't roller skate. I cannot ice skate. I also cannot swim. So we're just gonna get into summer camp stories now, because we started with the bowling and then we went to roller skating, and now you guys are just gonna hear stories of me at summer camp. But when I was in summer camp, right, summer camp that I went to was a summer camp that was like through like a daycare center childcare thing. So it was this childcare, well, I call it a childcare center, but it was like a childcare, yeah, it was a childcare center, right, meant for preschool and younger. And then they also had a summer camp attached to it that was meant for kids who were 6 through 12, right? So, you know, after preschool, right? It was meant through 6 through 12. So, you know, elementary aged, right? Elementary age kids, right? So it was a summer program, right? So it started, I think it ran from like, you know, late, like, you know, the typical June to like early August, you know, mid-August, because of like the way that the school year started, right? And so often, you know, we went to this summer camp every day, and we had, you know, different activities that we could do, that we had to do for the day, you know, but we also had different, so we had different activities we did for the day, you know, or it would also just be hanging around the childcare center that you were at. Sometimes we would be playing with like the younger kids that were there for the daycare, right? It was fun, right? Or sometimes we would go out on field trips, right? We even got to nap. I remember I liked summer camp because we got to nap, and that was sweet. It was like a 30-minute nap, and I was just like, oh yeah, man, 30-minute nap, let's go. I miss naps so badly. But yeah, it was a pretty simple summer camp, and we were able to go there at like a discounted rate because my mom worked at the childcare center. So for her, it was a no-brainer. She's like, yeah, you guys are gonna sign up for summer camp, and we were like, no. My sister technically was too old to be in the summer camp, but they just let her in because, again, my mom worked there. I went to the summer camp, I think like maybe 3 years in a row, I'm not sure. But yeah, I went to this summer camp while my mom was working at this childcare center, and it worked for her because, you know, she could, you know, go to work and take us. Well, she could take us when we went to work, and then we would, you know, go home all together at the same time. So it just worked out, right? So the summer camp, you know, had different activities every day. So sometimes we would go to like the local library. We went to the library a lot, actually. We would go to the library because it was nearby, or we would do like other field trips. Sometimes we went to like the parks. Sometimes we would visit other centers. So the daycare center had multiple locations. So sometimes we would go to those, like a sister location, I guess, and hang out with those kids for like a day. Sometimes we would have random, events and stuff like that. And, sometimes we went on field trips to like different places, fun houses. Like it was, it was your typical summer camp, right? So every Friday was pool day. So every Friday was pool day though. That was the one thing that stayed consistent, is that every Friday was pool day. So every Friday we would go to like this one pool, and I'm pretty sure they had like a thing that was worked out between the child care center and that pool, because they would know that we were coming there, right? Because you would also see all the other centers kids there too. So they would know we were coming, right? But yeah, every Friday was pool day, right? So, have your swimsuit on. It's like, okay, guys, we're going to the pool. Let's go, right? And so you would think that being in summer camp and going to the pool, you would think that, oh, you learned how to swim. Like they taught you how to swim. No, they didn't really. They just, I remember our we called her teacher, but like our camp leader, I guess. Teacher, leader, well, the director, leader, whatever, the lady, the person that was in charge of us, right, would be like, okay guys, feel free to swim, right? But I didn't know how to swim. Me and my sister, we didn't know how to swim. So for us, going to the pool wasn't so much swimming as it was just standing in the pool, making sure that our feet could touch the bottom, and we would essentially kind of just float and walk around. But again, we couldn't swim, so like we would never go into the deep end because we weren't obviously tall enough for the deep end, and we didn't know how to swim, so we would never go to the deep end. We would never go to the deep end, right? So, we played like the different games like Marco and Polo and all those other things, right? But it was just really funny looking back because I was never swimming because I couldn't swim. I was never swimming. So I was just like, waddling around and stuff like that. And I just remembered I forgot to say I was going live on Twitter. Oops. 1 second. Oops. Okay, 1 second. But yeah, wow. It's kind of nostalgic to think about summer camp now. Like, it's like crazy thinking about it now. Like is like going back and looking back on summer vacation and being like, I was so glad when we didn't have to, when we stopped going though, because I was just like, finally. I was annoyed of having to like kept waking up early and stuff. Eventually we stopped going also because I aged out of it and stuff too. But for me personally, I'm just, yeah, I guess I'm just happy that looking back on it now, it's kind of nostalgic, especially when you see other kids your age and stuff. And you see kids that are like, you're like, oh, I remember when I was that age. Such a nostalgic feeling. But yeah, like the school festival was very fun. I loved it. The kids did an absolutely amazing job. And yeah, it was a good one. I'm so proud of them. They did a great job, and it was absolutely cool seeing all of their creativity and their booths and all the work that they've been doing and putting together and everything. And yeah, it was honestly really nice to see. I'm so proud of them. So much fun. I hope I can be here for another year to watch them again. But I don't know. I have to wait and see if my contract gets renewed. But I hope I can see them again for another year because I honestly love it. It was so much fun. And yeah. So that was what I was doing. And that's why I didn't stream, was because I was busy at the school festival. It was always awkward kind of going though, because like, I feel like next year I'm gonna for sure like make myself help, because for the past 2 years they never asked me to help, and so I never offered my help. But then I see everyone like working and stuff and I'm just chilling, and I'm like, okay, you know what, no, next year I said I was gonna do it this year, but I was too shy to ask. But next year I'm going to make sure I help because I want to, you know, like these kids and everyone was working so hard. It was just weird because I was just like, I don't know like what I should do, or you know, so I would be like, oh, I don't know what to do. So I don't know what to do, so that's why I never asked. But next year for sure I'm gonna ask for help. But yeah, I hope in the meantime everyone else has been having a lovely weekend. I know that TwitchCon was this weekend. I saw all the pictures that people were posting on, you know, Twitter and all that. But to be honest, I don't really have a sense of FOMO when it comes to TwitchCon. Like, I know some people talked about, oh, I have a sense of FOMO, you know, like I wish I would have went to TwitchCon and stuff like that. But for me personally, I didn't. Like, thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? I don't think I would have wanted to go to TwitchCon anyway. I am very shy. I know there are many VTubers who also share their face. And you know what? More power to them because I think that's very cool. But I became a VTuber half because I was like, oh, I don't have to show my potato face. I can stream with a cute model, you know? And I'm like, and it's like, well, I would like to try going to TwitchCon one day. I'm just so nervous about, you know, being perceived, I guess. Like, if I were to go to TwitchCon, I would want to, like, I think I would want to go, like, incognito. Like, I don't want to go as a streamer. I just want to go as a guest. I just I just want to relax and chill because I don't know. I would just be so, yeah, I would be so, you know, shy. But I do see people meeting up and seeing each other, and you know, that does look fun. You know, being at an event like that again could be kind of fun, you know. I definitely would want to go to more events again, but there are going to be more convention events I plan on going to in Japan. So in November, I plan to go to the Animate Girls Festival. I don't know if I'll go to... I don't know if I'll go to Grand Blue Fest again this year. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Definitely want to go to HoloLive Expo next year. And I definitely also want to go to Comic-Con next year. I didn't realize Comic-Con was I forgot to look at when Comic-Con was happening. So when it was happening, I was actually on a trip with a friend and I did not realize. But I would definitely want to go to Comic-Con next year for sure. So yeah, so like I have my events planned out that I want to go to for now. But yeah, those are the events I want to go to. But yeah, the next event I'll be going to is Animate Girls Festival. I'm excited. You know, I can't wait to see all the cool things, and you know, I hope I can get tickets. It's lottery system right now, so I applied to the tickets, and so I hope that I can get in because there's so much cute merch and everything, and ooh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So I really want to go. So I'm excited. But yeah, I don't know if I'll go to Grand Blue Fest. I mean, it was nice going to Tokyo in December. So like, I might, but I don't know. I don't know if I should or not. I'll have to see. Kind of want to go though. It would be fun. For sure. I don't think there's anything else going on that weekend anyway, so yeah. Plus it's in December and it's like I don't have any Christmas plans over here because, you know, it's Christmas in Japan. Most people are working on Christmas. At least over here it was funny because I'm just like, because the teachers were like, I'm like, wait, do y'all work on Christmas here? And they're like, yeah, we're working on Christmas. And I'm like, I'm not. I took that day off. It was during the winter break anyway. So I was like, so I wasn't even doing anything. I was desk warming. But I was just like, okay, yeah, no, I'm taking that Christmas off. The nice thing over here though is that New Year's is like super important, so we have New Year's holidays, which is nice. I was like, oh, that's fun. I like having New Year's holidays. Yeah. But yeah, so I have my plans of this. I have my plans that I want to do. Oh, but I do want to say that in terms of content stuff, let me turn the stream back around to content stuff. To be fair, this is just a yapping catch-up stream because I just wanted to catch up and see how y'all were doing. I should have a new ASMR video out soon. I'm really trying to work on releasing longer ASMR videos. The longest video I have done so far has been 9 minutes, but I would like to release a longer video. As when I was looking at my last stream that I did, the girlfriend roleplay date, which by the way, I want to say thank you for all of those who showed up to that. I was nervous as fuck. I talked about it a little bit on stream, but I was nervous as fuck for that stream, for the girlfriend stream. That's why I had pushed it back, because I was like, I need to prepare for this more. And so that's, you know, it really wasn't that special. You know, I just had the backgrounds and, you know, the music and stuff that I got from good old Dova Syndrome, the savior of all music. But I really do want to say thank you to everyone who showed up and all the follows and stuff. And it was a very good impression, and it really did mean a lot, and it calmed my nerves to see people like it, and it was a brand new thing that I was trying out, so I was really, really happy to see that it was well received. So I wanted to say thank you. I also wanted to say thank you for 650 on Twitch. We're past 600. We're on our way to 700, and that's exciting. So I just wanted to say thank you for we're at almost success. Wait, we're at the devil number. I just noticed we're at the devil number, y'all. 666. Hey, we're at the 666. Thank you for the devil number. Thank you for the devil number of followers on Twitch, and of course, thank you for the 200 on YouTube. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for celebration. I'm kind of stuck. I'm gonna probably have to talk to some people and get some more ideas and stuff like that. If anyone has any ideas, I'd love to hear them, because I'm still very stumped. But thank you. But speaking about ASMR, I would like to go longer for ASMR. The videos I've done, again, have been very short, on the short side, and I want to go longer. I would like to release 15 to 20 minutes, I think, is what I would like to do. I technically have done audios that long, but they were on the not appropriate for YouTube website. So these would of course be safe for work. But you know, I either want to work with finding someone who does write scripts or whatever to try to, you know, come up with a script that is that long, because I would, you know, like to do longer scripts. I think that that would be good for my growth and my following, and I am much more I guess I'm much more confident with my ASMR now, so I'm ready to do longer scripts. So that's what I would like to do. So I'm currently working on that. But yeah, as for the 200 follower, I don't know what to do. I mean, we could just do another typical ASMR stream, but like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what would be good. Maid? That could be a possibility. We could do a maid roleplay. I always wanted to do one of those. But maybe we should do that as a stream rather than just like, but like, I was like, should I do that as a stream or should I do that as like a video? Or, well, I don't know. The possibilities are endless. I have to think about it. But yeah. But yeah, all I can really say is just, okay, I'm gonna get like a little sappy about it. But you know what? You guys deserve to get sappiness. But I wanted to say thank you for being here and being supportive. I know that I'm still small, I'm still tiny and stuff like that, but I still really do enjoy and appreciate everyone's support. And you guys make this, honestly, there have been times where I've just been like, maybe I should, you know, take a back burner, maybe not try as much, maybe take a break and such. But then someone says something, or someone does a simple little comment, and it just makes my whole day, you know? So I so I just wanted to say thank you for that. Oh, also, I'm also going to be trying out some like shorts content. So whether we like it or not, one of the best ways for you to grow your platform is to diversify your flow into other platforms, i.e. using, you know, TikTok or YouTube Shorts to get people onto your Twitch and YouTube. And so that is what I'm trying to figure out. The biggest thing I think I've had an issue with is I can't figure out which of like I go back and watch my streams and I'm just like, okay, is this funny? Is this funny? Am I funny? Like, that's why I have to try to figure out is that, oh my gosh, I gotta figure out which of these moments is like a funny moment, you know what I mean? So that is something that I have to also figure out for stream. But possibly I'm also just thinking about just doing original content as well. You know, talking about random stories and stuff like that. So yeah, but I'm trying to find what works, especially because algorithms are so weird. I don't know how algorithms work on, I don't know how it works on YouTube, but TikTok is like interesting because at a certain number of views, your TikTok will just stop getting pushed onto the For You page. And oh gosh, wait, my phone's not muted. Okay, 1 second. So like, for example, my one TikTok has been like at like around a certain number of views for a long time, right? And I guess apparently dependent on like how much views you'll get is like TikTok will push it more and more the more views you get, which, you know, makes sense. But it's like, okay, well, how do I break through it more, you know? It's interesting, but yeah. So but yeah, so there's been some work going on in the background. I'm doing work between my 9-to-5 job and being a super uber cute magical girl. I am formulating and doing work done, you know, for this channel. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to do a little chat-in stream to catch up again, and I hope you guys are all been doing well. I know you guys are some of my quiet ones. I also want to say shout out to my lurkers, because I know there's like a lot of people complain about lurkers sometimes, right? Because they're like, oh, they never talk in my chat and it feels like I'm talking to a wall. And I'm like, okay, number one, I'm someone who's a lurker. I'm someone who's a lurker because, you know, I watch VTubers. I'm someone who lurks. A lot of times I watch VTubers when I'm doing something else, like eating or working or playing a game. So I'm not really like able to, you know, be chatting like full time. And plus, I don't know, like sometimes I'll like chime in with a comment or whatever, but like, especially if it's a just chatting stream, like I'm like, okay, those are the easiest for me to comment on because we're talking about different topics. But if it's like a gaming stream or whatever, I think like most I can say sometimes is just like LOL or oh no, or, you know, like, I don't know. I don't have any witty comments to add usually most of the time. So I'm just a lurker. So I just lurk. So whenever people complain about lurkers, I'm like, hey, stop that. one, I feel offended as a lurker, but two, I also appreciate my lurkers, because just having someone there watching your stream is still supporting your stream, you know, even if they're not active in chat. Not to mention that some of the coolest lurkers I've been, some of my lurkers are some of the people who have been, you know, followed me from the beginning, or, you know, they sub every month, or, you know, they give a donation every so often and stuff. So if there is one thing I have to give to someone who started out in VTubing, do not bash lurkers. Don't do that. It's not good. Don't bash any of your viewers, honestly. But like, don't bash any of your viewers, honestly. But like, don't be bashing lurkers. If there's one thing that VTubing can help teach you, it's how to talk in silence. But that also tells me that that's a good way of, that's another perk that I like about teaching, is that I am completely used to speaking and having no feedback. Because you know how kids are, or if you ever teach in a college classroom, if you've ever been in a college classroom, right? The teacher walks in, greets the class, they're like, hello everyone, how are you today? And nobody says anything, right? And so you keep on talking because, you know, you're in front of them, right? And you're like, I'm doing good too. Thank you for asking. I had a lovely weekend myself. I did X, Y, and Z. How was your weekend? And no one responds. And you're like, as a teacher, okay, today we're gonna be doing this, this, and that. Has anyone ever heard of this? And nobody answers. And you're like, okay, hey, let's keep going, you know? As a teacher, I have to do that a lot. And so I think my teaching has honestly also helped my VTubing. Because I'm used to speaking in front of an audience that's not responding to me. I know they're listening. You know, that's why I say, lurkers, thank you for listening. I know they're listening, so I'm not too mad. But yeah, you just kind of have to get used to it. You honestly have to just get used to it. And that's a big key, you know. And honestly, I've appreciated it because it's kind of helped me improve my skills, you know. And hey, and plus I also realized that for some people, you know, they might come here for specific content, right? For me, example, if I'm watching a VTuber and I see them streaming a game that I'm not really interested in, I'm probably not going to watch that stream. I still like that VTuber, of course I do. But I don't have to watch every single one of their streams, you know? So if I see they're doing a stream in a category I don't really, you know, pay attention to, like for example, FPS. I am not too interested in FPS games. Valorant, Overwatch, Apex, nah. But those games are very popular, and a lot of the VTubers I watch play those games, especially over the Japanese side. Woo, they love their FPS. Like everybody over there play FPS. I'm like, damn, there's a lot of y'all. But I was just never into FPS. I get dizzy. Wow, I can't speak. I don't know, the orientation and stuff just makes me very dizzy. So I've just never gotten into it personally myself. I was just taking a drink of water. I've never personally gotten into it myself, but others have, and they have really liked it, you know, and that's great. So when I usually see a VTuber playing it, I usually will not watch because I'm not really into that, right? But there's still Mayoshi, you know, a lot of Mayoshis play FPS, right? Just because I don't watch them doesn't mean that, you know? But yeah, you know. Whew, that was a lot of yapping. Let me take a drink. That was a lot of yapping. Wow. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what would be the best for shorts, for basically the vertical format content, because I know we all complain about TikTok, but I'm on TikTok. I love TikTok. I'd be on there scrolling for like hours, you know? I'll be on TikTok when I'm playing a game sometimes. If I'm waiting for a cue or something to pop, I'll play TikTok. If I'm doing this, I'll play TikTok. You know, I'm on TikTok, I'll play TikTok. I'll be on TikTok, you know, I just doing what I do. So I want to make more content for those streams. I will say another platform I've also been posting on has been Reddit. I know you're gonna be like, you've been posting on Reddit, girl? Yeah, I've been posting on Reddit, and it's actually not that bad. It's actually fun. Not everyone on Reddit is like, you know, a complete fuckface, and right? Not everyone on Reddit is like, okay, not everyone on Reddit, sorry, I just heard some background, but like not everyone on Reddit is like a complete fuckface. And so I've actually gotten people just like posting funky memes and stuff like that have honestly gotten people to at least click. So hi Epic, hi Magic Carp, hello. I know, Reddit, oh no, how terrible. I mean, I used to think that Reddit was pretty stupid myself. Originally I started using Reddit like back in 2020 because I was looking for people to do trades on Animal Crossing New Horizons. So because it, you know, Animal Crossing just came out, so I was looking for people to do trades for stuff, right? And then I just started, you know, looking more of my interests. You know, I started looking at like Final Fantasy 14 stuff. When I got more into VTubers, I checked out the VTuber stuff, you know. Obviously some of the stuff that people say on there is pretty brain dead. But I guess thanks to moderation, not everything is like completely, you know, terrible. And plus it's very helpful in some ways for advice. I have gotten good advice before. Like for example, someone advised me on how to do archived karaoke streams. So now I know how to do archived karaoke streams, you know, and I got help from that on where? Reddit, right? Like we all like poke fun at Reddit, you know? But you know, like every website, you know, there's some good stuff. Plus, I can't really talk much about Reddit because we've all seen the bullshit that Twitter has devolved into lately, thanks to good old Elon Musk buying it. So you can't use the, oh, this website's better than this website and this website's better than this website, because honestly, they all suck. They all suck because they're all full of people and people are terrible. So at this point, you just gotta find a website that you at least like the layout and the format of and just use that and just be on what you want to be. I still like using Twitter because of the original reason I came to it, and even though Musk has made things annoying, I ain't fucking leaving, man. Okay, I was here before he bought Twitter. Okay, I was here before he bought Twitter. Okay, I ain't leaving unless something happens that I'm just like, okay, I truly can't use this app anymore, but like, I ain't leaving. Edit hobby subs, because when you get into a new hobby, the comments are always like, buy the most expensive things. Okay, that is true though. Some of them's like really annoying. The one thing I like about the VTuber sub is whenever I see people being like, I want to get into VTubing, but I can't, like, you know, do this expensive like model. I have seen more people being like, you don't need an expensive model to get into VTubing, which I've just seen it more in general, which is good. Because like, it's just really annoying though. I mean, I understand what you feel like, because there are some times on Reddit where I've asked for advice and it has turned into terrible. It dissolved into something terrible. Months ago, I remember asking about career advice in Japan, right? I said, which should I stick into, translation or teaching English, right? Because I'm like, you know, I might want to like go higher up and teach English. Everyone in the comments was saying no. Well, it was funny. I had people who were saying translation. I had people who were saying teaching English, but then you had most of the people saying neither. Don't do any of it. Any of them. Both of them are bad. You should just get into coding. Get into coding. Get into IT. And I'm like, if I have one more person tell me that I need to get into coding and into IT, I'm going to choke somebody. Because during the pandemic, that's all people said. Get into coding, get into IT. They're looking for new people. Get into coding. People need to get into tech. People need to get into tech. The tech industries are yada, yada, yada. Look, they also get laid off all the time, okay? You know how many times I keep seeing tech layoffs every so often? Just like in waves. oh, there's a wave of tech layoffs here. There's a wave of tech layoffs here. I'm like, I'm not getting into tech. I don't like coding, first of all. And I'm like, I am not going back to school. I'm not going back to my undergrad for something I hate. So no. Right. They were telling me just to change my entire career. Like, bro, I literally have a bachelor's in teaching English. I'm not going to go back to undergrad to get like my bachelor's in like, you know, coding or whatever. I was just like, these people cannot be serious. Like, be so fucking for real. Be so motherfucking for real. Right. It was just like, okay. So it was at that point where I agree with you on there. Sometimes Reddit can be really fucking annoying. But, you know, every website is just fucking annoying in like its own unique way. And so that's why at this point, I've just kind of had to let it go, you know? Like on Twitter now, what I love people doing is when you tweet something simple, they'll be in the reply, it's completely misconstruing your tweet, you know? It's like the whole pancake waffle treat. Like, you'll be like tweeting something else like, I think this, and then someone will quote retweet, right? They won't reply, they'll quote retweet because they want to get their own clout. And they'll be like, actually, and they'll be like, so you mean to tell me that this is the case? Like, this is the case? Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Trippy, and the posture check. Oh, thank you, thank you. I just hydrated, but thank you. Okay, I do need to check my posture. Honestly, I'm just gonna stretch. Honestly, if you hear a crack in my bones, no, you didn't. But no, Twitter is annoying in that own aspect because you'll get people that are just like, I'm gonna misconstrue this tweet and take it as an attack on me, and I'm like, it fucking wasn't even about you, bitch. But at this point, if the shoe fits, ooh, thank you for this sub, Dominus. Thank you for subbing. Welcome, welcome. I like pancakes. So you hate waffles, sudden neck shattering crack. Oh, I'm dead. Exactly. I like pancakes, so obviously I must hate waffles. So yeah, that's Twitter. And then we have good old TikTok, in which people cannot conceive something not being targeted towards them. And so they comment on your, you know, video or whatever, offended that it wasn't targeted towards them. Like, everyone uses the bean soup as an example, right? If you haven't heard the bean soup example, basically this happened last year, but somebody posted a recipe to a bean soup, right? It was bean soup. I forgot what type of fucking beans it was, but it was a bean soup, right? Someone posted a recipe, right? The video showed the process, all this stuff. Somebody commented, well, what if I don't like beans? Well, then don't have the fucking soup. You don't have to make it. No one's holding you at gunpoint to make this soup. People do this so often on TikTok, especially with food, and it makes me go nuts. They'll be like, well, what if I don't like this? And it's just like, okay, well then don't fucking do it. And I'm like, I understand it's the For You page, but like, come on, man. Like, you can't do this. Like, come on. What? Right? So every website at this point has its own qualms and stuff. So you just kind of have to roll with it at this point. Everything. I don't know how Tumblr's doing these days because I'm not on Tumblr anymore. Honestly, I left Tumblr a long while back. Like, I left Tumblr and I came to Twitter mostly back in like 2016, 2015. And so I left it even before they did the porn ban, honestly. So I don't know how's it going on Tumblr. But yeah. But yeah, so every social media site has its own issues. So you just have to find the one that's like maybe the least annoying, which at that point is just how the social media site itself is, and you just have to try to figure out like that. Tumblr is nicer than Twitter. I've heard that Tumblr is a little bit nicer these days, but I don't know, man. Tumblr used to be crazy back in my day too. Like, I know, like, it might have been a little mellowed out now because it's like, you're not saying much. I think it maybe mellowed out a little bit now because there's less users overall. But Tumblr also used to be fucking crazy, man. Like, you would get all those insane stories of, you know, this X person did this crazy shit and this X person did this crazy shit. Not to mention all those call out posts, right? Like, people talk about call out posts. Girl, Tumblr was the original home of the call out post, okay? Because on Tumblr, you know, you can put in links and all that stuff into your post now. Like, now when people post like a call out post or whatever on like Reddit or Twitter, they have to use like a Google Doc or like Imgur or whatever. But on Tumblr itself, you can insert all the pictures and everything into the post. You didn't need Google Docs. Tumblr was the home of the original call out posts. Like, we're talking about call out posts, you gotta mention Tumblr, because Tumblr had that set on a lockdown, and it would be over the most insane stuff too. Kitten drama, ship drama, all that shit, that would be right there on Tumblr. She used to be that girl. She used to be that girl. I don't know what happened, but she used to be known for that, and that was crazy. But yeah. Ooh. Tumblr was peak chronically exactly. Like, people call chronically eternally online kids on TikTok or Twitter or whatever, but like Tumblr was peak chronically online, man. Like, y'all want to talk about chronically online, you have got to talk about Tumblr. Like, people say, oh, it's bad these days with Gen Zs, and I'm like, no, millennials, you don't get to just erase Tumblr from your history. No, you will not. Where do you think your fave is problematic? That was on Tumblr. The your fave is, does anyone remember that blog? The your fave is problematic blog? Right? Oh no, the chronically online kids did not just start with Gen Z. It started with millennials, okay? It started with millennials. So millennials can't try to, don't try to change history. Don't try to rewrite history. Y'all were on Tumblr writing and submitting things to your fave is problematic. It was y'all. It was y'all. And who did Gen Z decide to emulate? Millennials. I know I did. I saw all the millennials doing that thing. I said, I'm gonna copy them too. So yeah. All these millennials trying to erase the history. No. Do not erase your history. Don't. Those who forget the history are doomed to repeat it. But yeah, so that's what I tell people, you know. Yeah, so all sites are bad. Okay. Tumblr loved misinformation. The misinformation that used to spread on Tumblr. Oh my gosh. The misinformation that used to spread on Tumblr. Nobody would fact check until like later, and then they'll be like, actually guys. But here's the thing, they don't take down their post, right? They don't take down the original post with misinformation. They just keep it up and like release a correction, but the misinformed post is still circulating around. And I'm just like, you just wanted your notes, you just wanted your likes and your reblogs or whatever, and maybe some follows or some shit, but like, what? Like, that shit happens on Twitter now, and it's like drives me nuts, because people will say something in a tweet, and then in the replies they'll be like, oh, actually this is wrong, but then they won't delete the tweet. They'll just let it keep going around. And people will be like, why don't you take down a tweet? And they're like, well, and I'm like, don't well, you're spreading misinformation. Delete it. You just want to keep your clout. Oh well. So like every time I would see that stuff, I would just be like, oh my gosh, really? Really, motherfucker? Really? Oh man, that shit was crazy. Ooh. Who can forget about a non-hate too, right? Everybody would send a non. Okay, you guys are gonna kind of maybe judge me for this, right? We're talking about social media sites for a sec. We're talking about social media sites for a sec. Oh wait, shoot. I have to run to the bathroom real quick. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about this when I come back from the bathroom. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. But I have some stories to tell you guys when I come back. One second. One second. I'll be right back. Be right. Okay, I'm back. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so Tumblr can't do a non-hate anymore. They're weak now. Wait, did they disable anonymity, or is that just them saying that they can't do it well? Either way, that's crazy. Crazy. Okay, so I was coming back because, okay, so I've picked up a kind of, I would call it like a guilty pleasure, I guess. But like, I feel bad about doing it because it's like, I shouldn't do this, but they can't do it well. Ah, I see. Yeah, they're not hate back on Tumblr used to be crazy. Okay, so I have a confession, y'all, but I want you guys to know that I do not post on there. Okay, so basically, when summer vacation happened over here, I had a lot of free time. To be fair, I think a lot of teachers had a lot of free time, but we all still had to go to work. So a lot of my work was just desk warming, plain and simple, because there was no work to do for me. I had already prepared for my next term's classes. You know, I was just using my lessons from last year, you know, so there really wasn't anything for me to do this year in the summer, right? It was just desk warming, you know. So I was desk warming, you know, I was studying for the exam I had to take, the test I had to take. I was studying and I was still very, very bored. You know, I was reading my book. I have a book that I'm reading to practice, but I was still so fucking bored, you know? I was scrolling on Twitter, I was scrolling on Reddit, I was scrolling on TikTok, you know? But again, I was very, very bored. And it's always been talked about, you know the site, the notorious site that is a haven for everyone awful. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, 4chan, right? The site for everything that is just terrible. If you want to be a generally terrible person online, unleash the most awfulest thoughts you could ever think of in humanity, you go to 4chan, right? You go to 4chan because it's anonymous, right? You go to 4chan to be anonymous about it, right? And especially in the VTubing sphere, 4chan is very blah, right? You've seen the stuff that comes from 4chan. They just really don't care. I thought that was Twitter. Oh my gosh, no. Hello, Hugh Allen. Hello. Oh, it's nice to meet you. Hello, hello. Okay, you would think that Twitter is as bad as... Okay, here's the thing about Twitter. The thing is about Twitter, well, you know what? I can't even say it anymore because before I used to say on Twitter, you couldn't say slurs because on 4chan, people are dropping slurs like every other word. It honestly reminds me of like an edgy teen who only watches like South Park or something with all the slurs that they drop. Like, it doesn't cause me to bat an eye anymore. I don't know if I'm just like numb to it at this point because I've been on the internet for so long, but you know, all the slurs drop and I'm just like, okay, I feel like you're just trying to be edgy like a 14-year-old boy, so I'm not really going to care. But no, on Twitter you can drop slurs now actually because Elon Musk does not give a fuck. So yeah. My day was good, Hugh Allen. My day was good. You know, I'm just chilling, just catching up with people. Oh, it's 11:11 here. Make a wish, y'all. Oh, thank you for the heart throw. Thanks for the heart throw, Trippy. I don't think the sound was on. The sound for the heart throw wasn't on, but I'm sure everyone was able to see it though, so that's good. Oh wait, that's because I have my desktop audio off. Okay, let me turn it back on. But yeah, 4chan is just where you go to see all the worst of humanity. And it was summer break and I was bored and I decided to go on 4chan to just see what it's like on there, you know, like on the VTubing space, because some people, they only spend their time on 4chan, right? So it was kind of like watching ants in an enclosure, I guess, because of how, like, the way that 4chan works with like threads and stuff or whatever. It felt so old. Like, I'm like, this is what it felt like being on the internet back in the early 2000s, because like just the layout feels so old to me. But I don't know how to describe it. So like, I would say 50% of the posts on there are just people being horny, which is like, okay, that's like any website, give or take. A good 50% of the posts are people being horny. 10% are like people trying to like have a decent conversation or whatever. And then the rest of the 40% is just trolls. People are just making threads on there just to talk about, just to stir up trouble, you can tell. Like, that was the whole point of like you would have discussion threads or whatever. But like, you could also tell that people's whole thing on there was just to try to stir up as much shit as they could. Like, it was just people would post all sorts of things. So much so that like, you couldn't tell what's real and you can't tell what's bait on there. Because people are constantly just trying to stir up shit. So whether or not someone's true opinion is what they just said, you don't really know if they said that because that's what they truly think, or if they said that just to make people mad. Like, you know how you talk about like, oh my gosh, you know how like people talk about, oh my gosh, people on social media these days can be so argumentative. If you want to argue with someone, go to 4chan. Those people are just wanting to argue and be mad at each other and stir up shit all damn day. That's like their whole thing. It was like, I have to admit, it was like entertaining to like read maybe for like a week or so. I would like occasionally go on there, and then I just kind of got bored of it. But it's just, I don't know. Like, after a while, it's just like, geez, these people are just, it just constantly felt like, oh my gosh, people here just want to hate, you know? I'm like, why do you have so much hate in your heart, you know? So, yeah, so I guess. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I think I go on Twitter and I sometimes think, man, people really like to argue on Twitter. But like, every time I go like on a different site, I just think that, nah, people really like to argue. People like to argue everywhere, I think. People just like to argue on the internet now that you think about it. People just like to argue. They just like to talk, argue. And like, if I was a teenager, I probably would have went on 4chan if I knew that the site existed. I did not know about 4chan existed until I was an adult. YouTube better let me talk. Hi, Sanity! Welcome in! Hello! Welcome back! Hello! Welcome back to stream. How are you? I'm sorry you keep getting, shadow banned. That sucks. I remember when I was shadow banned on Twitter for, like, the longest time on my VTuber account, and it was so fucking annoying. Because, like, I wasn't getting, like, any traction whatsoever, but I would just be shadow banned. Oh yeah, I understand. Oh, I know. It's so annoying because I've been shadow banned on like Twitter before, and it's so fucking annoying because it's like I tried so many things to fix it, and then eventually it's just like, okay, I give up. I guess. But then eventually it went away, I guess. But like, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I can't describe how some sites will just determine that like something. Because like sometimes they'll be like, oh, you know, we locked your account because it's a bot. And I'm like, it's not a bot. I'm right here. Like, you know, do you want me to verify my phone number or some shit? Like, we can do that, but like, it's not a bot. I'm not here. It's like, I'm right here. I'm not a bot. I can prove it. All right. But yeah, so you just joined us in our enlightening conversation about social media websites. I thank you. I'm so glad it was entertaining. I already said it before, but man, I was so fucking nervous about that stream. So I'm so glad it went well, and it's definitely having me have more plans in the future for a stream. So I'm excited. But yeah, you just joined us when we were talking about social media sites and how they all sucked. We were just talking about social media sites and how they all suck. And I was just saying, yeah, like everyone just wants to argue these days. And like, I think it's because like when I was a teenager, I used to argue on like Tumblr and Twitter. Right, yeah. Like I used to argue on those websites when I was a teenager. But now that I'm older, I'm like, look, I don't have time to argue with people. I'm not arguing with nobody. If I see something I don't like, I'm just muting and blocking. I can't argue with people. I don't have the energy anymore. Like that's the thing about arguing with someone, it's that it takes a lot of energy. People who are busy have better things to do. Don't do these things. Exactly. That's why it was like so awful during the pandemic when everybody was like stuck at home. And so the only thing we could do was go on the internet. That's why discourse was like abounding, like, you know, during the COVID pandemic, because everybody was stuck at home. We did not have anything better to do. I know I didn't. Like, it was terrible. I was like, I can't take this. I can't take this. Yeah, I was just remembering, I was just really doing some really stuff. Oh yeah, COVID pandemic was a COVID pandemic was a time. It was really a time. We were all stuck inside. It was really just a time. It was really just a time, honestly. It's just like crazy to think about how I completed college, you know, online, right? I graduated in 2021, but I was introverts to sitting there chillaxing, extroverts were crumbling. I was chillaxing, but I was also like getting annoyed at the same time because I am introverted, but I still like having the choice of going out, you know? I still like having the choice. So not having the choice was like annoying, I guess. But it was just weird though. Cause it's like, I was like, man, I have to, like, I took like my final class online for my degree and that was it. I completed my degree online at that point because all of my classes were online. Cause obviously my major wasn't a class that you need to do in person, right? It wasn't like medical or scientifical or like scientific or anything like that. So, really congrats on that. Yeah, thanks. I graduated back in like 2021. So like, it's been time. But it was just weird, like finishing my final class, like online, I guess. It was just kind of weird, I guess. Like, especially because at that point they were promising like, oh, we'll be back in class, you know, we'll be back in person soon. You know, this pandemic will be over before you know it. And it obviously wasn't. Yeah, it just kind of didn't feel like any special fanfare. I did manage to go to my graduation in person. At that point, that's when the vaccine was coming out and stuff. So I was able to go to my graduation in person. It was just, the only thing was that the only people that were there at graduation were like the graduates and not like any family or anything. So my family had to watch me graduate, like walk on stage, like via like video webcam thing or whatever. Did they allow family? They did not allow guests. They recommended not allowing guests, but my family still got to see me walk across the stage. So like I still got to walk, right? I just couldn't, I still got to walk. I mean, I think they did allow family, but at that point I had asked my family specifically, especially because my grandmother was older and I'm like, I don't want you guys risking anything. So it sucks, but like try not to come. They were saying if you know, they were like recommending people to not come because of, you know, the spread. Like the vaccine had just came out, right? So I'm like, I was getting vaccinated, but like I don't think my family was yet at that point, and my grandmother wasn't. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't want you guys to risk it all for the graduation. No, they don't have to risk for the graduation. I mean, they came to my high school graduation. It's not like it was something could be completely missed, you know? Plus, they would have to, like, the thing is that they would have to travel. Like, it wasn't something they could just easily drive to. They were not close by. They were just had to travel. You gave the middle finger to one of your teachers. I mean, I don't even think one of my teachers was there because it was a university graduation. So like they had it separated out by the colleges, you know, like colleges of like the arts, colleges of arts and sciences, colleges of shoot, what other colleges were there? I forgot. But yeah, they had it like separated out by the different colleges. So yeah, they would have to travel. So I'm like, no, you guys are not traveling. Yeah, like you guys are not traveling. Like I gave them the link. I'm like, it's not like I told them I don't want them to watch. You know, I gave them the web link and everything so that they could watch and stuff. So yeah, but it was just kind of weird thinking about the pandemic. Yeah. But yeah, it was just such a weird time. Such a weird time that was. I mean, obviously COVID is still a real thing that affects us, but you know, I don't think it's ever gonna go away, obviously. But I guess so, yeah. It was a weird time, yeah. And everybody was being weird online. But that was also a time that VTubers, I heard they're trying to bring it back in some parts. Oh, the COVID? I mean, ooh, today's fun fact. Arabian sand boas are marked as the derbiest animals on planet. When seeing one, it's painfully clear. Also, hello. Oh, hello. Thank you for the fun fact. Hello, hello. We're doing good today. We're doing good. Welcome in, Kaiser. It's nice to see you. Okay, I was talking about maid stuff because I was getting the idea of doing like a special maid stream for like a milestone goal to celebrate a milestone. But like, I don't know if I want to do it as like a normal video, like one of my ASMR videos, or if I want to turn that into a stream. They look like living sock puppets. Oh, that's cute. Vacation. Oh, hi, Maddox. Hello, hello. I mean, I always felt like COVID is just something you'd have to get yearly vaccinated from, which reminds me, I forgot to. Are you going to be in a whole maid outfit model, or are you just going to be using your regular outfit? Hi, Pinky. COVID will always resurge. Probably. Okay, so like I probably will be using like some maid assets. So I guess I'm pretty lucky because my model right now kind of the dress the dress that I have for my current model is like kind of modeled off of a maid's dress. So it kind of already looks like that, but like I would also be wearing like probably like an asset accessory I could easily find or whatever. I don't got the money for having a model toggle like that, having a whole ass model like that. That'd be fun. Maybe in the future. In the future, once I've hit it big and I can afford to get like a new model every month. Outfit if it's something. I don't think I can change the model of my outfit. To change your hair color as well. I have no epidemic, pandemic, endemic. Oh, like the common cold or the flu. Oh yeah, that's true. Wait a minute. Now that you mentioned color changing. Okay, let me see. So one fun thing that's happened with VTube Studio is that you now have maybe even Isle Mouses buy one every month. I was exaggerating because I was actually thinking about Iron Mouse. I mean, she doesn't get one every month, but she gets one pretty frequently. Okay, let me see. No. Where's the settings at? Ah, visual effects. Okay, let me see. Is it color graded? Various color and light and effects. Okay, so turn the effect on. Runs, you have to be freaking rich. Right? You have to be rolling in the dough. Right? You have to be rolling in the dough. Whoa, okay. Well, yeah, I can change something. I'm not alone. She's able to spend copious money. Well, yeah, but Shy Lily's like huge. Whoa, I made myself pink. Okay, wait, no. Wait, no. I think, is it brightness? No, that's not it. Contrast? No, that's not it. Saturation. Invert. Okay, I can invert my color. Look, I'm inverted. Oh, God, that's really creepy, actually. Oh, that's really creepy, actually. Oh, wow. It is cool. The visual effects that, the setup for Halloween. Ah, yes, the Halloween Zatsudan. I'll just be like, what am I doing for Halloween? I have no clue, I'll be honest. Hard for a Halloween video or stream. It would be. I have no clue what I'm doing. Okay, this is white balance tint. Oh, this is interesting. I have no clue. Oh, this is a color filter. Oh, ooh. Oh, that's a color filter. Okay. Aha! I can make myself look completely disappearing. Some plan scary games. Okay, here's the thing about that, right? scary games are all nice and fun, but like I get scared too easily. A dealer to enable herself to buy a new. I can't be a meth dealer, at least not here. I can't be a meth dealer here. They're too hard on drugs in Japan, man. I like being in Japan. I ain't gonna fuck it up. If you do anything regarding drugs over here, you can kiss yourself goodbye. You can kiss yourself. That's like the one way to get deported. Shit, I am an immigrant over here. I cannot mess up. I will get deported in a heartbeat. So how do I change the hue? Cement shoes. Someone was doing actual drugs. What? Nobody was doing actual drugs. Wait, this reminds me of like that Carmeral dancing thing. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to anyone watching who has like problems with brightness. Sorry. I was thinking about that now that I think about it. Doing it. That's crazy. Why would you do drugs on stream? I would say the only thing that's okay to be doing on stream would be like weed, because in some places it's legal. You know what I mean? Like some places weed is legal, right? Marijuana is legal. Like if you're in Nevada or some shit, right? But like if you're doing hardcore drugs, right? That's terrible. Why would you do that? That's stupid. I have no clue how to do various color grading, refrating effects. I have no clue how to. Okay, let's reset this. I have no clue how to do like a custom I mean, yeah, but like still guys, don't do drugs on Twitch. Oh man, I could go on a soapbox about how Twitch and YouTube haven't been doing much. What is this? Acai text effect. What does this do? Oh, that's so cool. Wow, that's cool. Oh, and you can make it smaller or bigger, I guess. And you can change like how visible your character is. Oh, that's fun. It's like pixels. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. You know, I haven't really gone through all of like I used a little bit of these changes for like the ASMR stream. I used like the become a glitch in the matrix. I used like the what did I use? I used the bloom and the light effects for it a little bit, but besides that, I didn't really do much. Let's see. Posterize, VHS, blur, pixel effect. What's pixel effect? Okay, let's see how good this pixel is though. Ooh, this is a cool pixel effect. They really banned me again. No, they didn't ban you from YouTube. Oh no. Be free. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, you can change the resolution. Ooh, you can change the resolution. Look at this. You can change the resolution. Wait a minute. This is actually really cool. Wait, why is there color like this? I didn't know the color would like do this though. Picture and recolor in. What's this fry mean? Oh. Oh, you can fry. Oh, that's a fry, all right. Wow, that's fun. Become a glitch in the matrix. Okay. Wait, no, turn that effect off. Okay, there you go. Wait, no, turn that off. Reset all to off. Okay, there you go. If you don't pay your taxes on Twitch, they reduce your resolution until they do. Oh no. Remember guys, pay your taxes on Twitch. What is this? Fake low FPS? I don't... Oh, I get it. The fake low FPS. That's funny. That's... What does screen tearing do? Oh my gosh, the screen tearing! That is so cool. What the heck? The screen tearing. Oh my gosh. This could be so cool to use like during stream though. Wow. The line Custom particle shower. Foggy window. What's a foggy window? One. Old TV VHS effect. Ooh! I didn't expect it to do that. That's kind of cool. Ooh. Sweet. What happened? I remember there was like this one effect that happened where you can like take your thing, your model, and it would like split it out or whatever. Okay, this one's a digital glitch. Ooh. This one's cool. Ooh. Don't change your channel. Don't adjust the signal or control of your television. This is sweet. Oh. You could do so many different ideas with this though. Wait, no, cancel. Oh wait, no, cancel that one. You could do so many different ideas with this though, like, wow. There's so many different ideas that you can do with this. What's this one? It's the speed line effect. Ooh, that's cool. Wow. Oh my gosh. I can use these in so many other more streams in the future. Especially for the ASMR streams. That way, someone could have a cool thing to look at as they listen, or they can just relax and listen. Okay, this one's blur. I don't think it's doing much though. Is it? Oh, blur is kind of cool. Okay, cancel that. Wow. Okay, I'm done playing around with those for a little bit, but wow. Those are so many. Well, now I have so many ideas in my mind now. I have so many ideas now for cool stuff. Oh man, this could give so many ideas for cool stuff. I mean, that is going to be very useful in the future. That is going to be so useful in the future. I forgot I had that thing. But for the maid stream, nah, I'm just going to probably use an asset. There's plenty of assets that I can use online, thankfully. So I think I'll be fine there. There's many materials and stuff that people make for VTubers these days now. So I think I'll be okay. No ass. It'll be an ass set. Because I am I'm 2D, remember? I'm 2D. There's no ass here. I'm 2D. It's flat. There is no ass because I'm 2D. There can't be any because I am flat as a board. So there is no ass because I'm flat as a board. Anyway, so. Oh wait, no, not this one. There was this one website that I had saved. I had bookmarked and I forgot to. Where is it? Let's see. No. Where on earth did it go? I think I have to look in my history. Oh. But yeah, don't worry. We won't be but yeah, there's like a lot of VTuber assets and stuff that I can just use instead. So that's the great thing. A lot of people have been kind enough to make many free assets and stuff like that. So it's very nice of them to do so. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, I'm, I don't know if I have any real plans for Halloween or anything like that, really. Maybe some themed, like, spooky ASMR, I think. I would like to do, like, some spooky ASMR, but besides that, I don't really have any clear-cut plans or anything like that. Play Luigi's Mansion. Oh, Luigi's Mansion's a good one. I don't think I've ever played Luigi's Mansion, now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't think I ever have. It's definitely something that we could do, Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion. You can't run around. What if you do? You can't run around all sexy or blackmail someone for candles in Japan. They don't really celebrate Halloween that much in Japan, though. So spooky, but not horror. That's true. I'm not good with most horror games, so I can never really play much horror games, unfortunately. I can never really play much horror games, unfortunately. But Luigi's Mansion is probably something I could play. I could play that. Luigi's Mansion is for sure probably something I can play. I always forget sometimes that Halloween is approaching again until I see everyone talking about it online. It's just that, like, they don't really celebrate it much over here in Japan, so you kind of forget about it existing, in a sense. If that makes sense. But you know what? Yeah, I would like to play something spooky. I did have, like, you know those RPG Maker games, those like scary ones. I wish they weren't so scary, because I remember I was playing one of them, like, not last year, but in 2022, like 2 years ago, back in October, and I was like, "Oh, this is scary." I did not finish the playthrough of that because I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm getting so scared. I was getting so scared, so I was like, okay, I don't think I can do this one anymore. But I could play Luigi's Mansion. But I definitely want to do, like, some themed ASMR then. Oh my gosh, I almost spilled my water. The cap was not on all the way. Shoot, I almost spilled my water. But yeah, I would definitely like to do some themed ASMR. For sure, for sure. But I need to think of ASMR to do this month. It's almost September. September's almost over and I haven't done any ASMR this month. Oh no. I need to. I need to. I need to, yeah, I need to do fall ASMR. Oh, like a fall day, crunchy leaves, all that nice stuff. I need to. Yeah, I know. I need to. I told myself that I would, like, spend my time, like, this weekend looking for something, and then I, like, never did. And I feel bad now. I told myself I'd spend this time looking for it this weekend, and then I never did. And now I'm just like, oops. But I would like to, yeah. That would be nice too. Oh wait, I was like trying to test. Okay, sorry. I kind of zoned out for a second because I've been looking at other streams. And one thing I've noticed, and this is like something I notice a lot on like, you know, Japanese browsers, on like Japanese VTuber streams, is that they have a little clock in on their stream. So, okay, 1 second. I want to do that. Wait, no. Okay, will this work? Why? It worked! I have a clock now! Pretty clock! Ta-da! Oh wait, where are you gonna go though? Okay, we'll keep you up here. Clock doesn't sound unusual. No, I noticed that they usually have a clock on their screen, and I'm just like, oh, that's cool. I want a clock on my screen, so I googled how to do it. Okay, there we go. I found a cute clock on Booth. Okay, there we go. Ta-da! Now it's a clock. Now you can keep track of how long you've been on my stream. It's in military time though, so there you go. Which is what a lot of people actually use for their time, is military time. I'm still having to get used to military time again. Since I'm still having to get used to military time again. I'm on break right now. We'll get back to work at 11. Oh, thanks for spending time with us on your break. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Well, now you have I have a handy dandy clock to make it easier to keep track of time. Of course, I know everyone's on like their phones and devices and stuff, but cool. Now it's a little timestamp thing. Okay, that's cute. I like that. A little timestamp clock thing. Because I always looked at streams and I'm just like, where do they get the clock from? And then I googled it and I was like, oh, I see. Seems like everyone's using like the clock that they want to use. It's kind of nice for stream delay. It is. It is. You can tell like how long ago something was said. Ooh, that's smart. Oh, speaking about stream things, let me check something on my stream. Speaking about stream things, I did not know this, y'all, but for anyone who also streams on YouTube, did you know that enabling DVR can cause your stream to act all wonky? I didn't know this until I saw some VTuber streamer talking about it. And apparently basically DVR lets you like play back a stream while it's still live. So like, let's say you guys like join, and this is on YouTube, by the way. I don't know what Twitch does, but on YouTube, if you like join a stream or whatever, and they have DVR enabled, you can like wind back the stream while they're still live, right? And so I found out that if you have that enabled though, that could like cause issues. And I didn't know that. I was like, wait a minute, it does? So like, let me check my own streams. Do I have DVR enabled? Okay, I do not have DVR enabled. Okay, I'm good. I don't have DVR enabled. Cause like, I think for some streams, YouTube has, you can have a heart monitor in case you're going to play a horror game anyway. Wait, so like, okay, I'm confused about heart monitors. Like, heart monitors and eye trackers, I'm a little bit confused about. So we can laugh about with you. Heart monitors and, heart monitors I'm confused about, because isn't it like an actual device they need to get? Like, is it not an actual device that they use for heart monitoring? Or is that something else? Same thing with eye trackers. Like, I see VTubers use like eye trackers, have eye trackers on when they're playing games or whatever. And I'm like, is this like a device that you have to purchase? Or can you just buy this? Like yes, you need an actual heart monitor. Okay, so you need a heart monitor. Okay, that makes sense. But like I'm also only okay, so the heart monitor thing, okay, that makes sense. I don't have a heart monitor. But like do you just buy one? It works with smartwatches too. As far as I can tell, this very common, probably cheap. So you put it somewhere, stream or phone, I think. Eye trackers probably. Hi, Cyroga. Hello. Separate. eHeart is a separate device. Okay. Because like I've seen eye trackers, right? Because like I don't know if you guys have seen streams where like the streamer has an eye tracker on so you can see where their eyes are looking on the screen, right? And it's like kind of funny, whether it's like a horror game or like a shooter game or whatever. But I'm always like, where do you guys get these from? Like, it's going good. We've talked about, what have we talked about? Well, I went to the school festival. We've talked about summer camp, social media, COVID, maids, and now we're talking about devices to use on stream. Okay, that makes sense. Cause like I've always seen like streamers use it or whatever, and like I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do that. Like have it on stream, like when I'm streaming like a certain game or whatever. Like I feel like that would be fun. You know what I mean? Just got done on a stationary bike. Woo, stationary bikes. I've seen people use like, exactly. I play Bunny Garden and I want to use an eye tracker when I play Bunny Garden. I honestly would love to use an eye tracker when I play that game. So like I see these things, but like, see, I'm not too worried about the heart monitor because I don't really play horror games, right? I don't really play horror games anyway or something. But it's the eye tracker is what I'm interested in. The eye tracker. But every time I Google it, I always get like these things are like, how do I get an eye tracker on my PC? Like I want the eye tracker that shows it on the screen. And so I'm like, is this what it is? Oh wait, what's this? Oh, it's a Tobii eye tracker. Discover the Tobii eye tracker. For gamers. Nah, heartbeat mic. There's a heartbeat mic? There's a mic for collecting your heartbeat? I've never heard of these. Wait, really? Wait, let me see. Heartbeat. Recording heartbeats. I would recommend a contract mic. How do people do heartbeat ASMR? Oh, I didn't realize people did heartbeat ASMR. Let's see. We had 2 small microphones near our hearts so we can hear our heartbeats. An electric microphone is okay, but a crystal microphone was claimed to produce better results. I would recommend a contract mic. Wow. Unless you're recorded in a very controlled environment. Interesting. Oh, I never realized that people did. Oh wait, this is what I need. Okay, let me see this. Oh, I see. So this is called Adobe Ghost. Okay, are you gonna show me it or what? Oh, I see. You can. Then again, I am very biased. A, I don't deal with horror games that much. B, I really like heartbeat ASMR. Well, heartbeat ASMR is probably nice. But like, you probably need to have to hear it like really, really beaten. Like, how do you? I don't think my current mic could pate it up. Unless I had like a stethoscope. Wait, let me see. Okay, so like, this is on ASMR. So what happens when you turn the gain all the way up? Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's try this. Do you hear my heartbeat? Yeah, no. No hard sound. No hard sounds? Okay. I don't know what it was picking up then. It was probably picking up something. Okay. Yeah. No hard sounds? Okay. I was just really curious. I literally took my mic, I put it on the ASMR setting, I took it up, and I just smushed it onto my chest. I was just like, here we go. Maybe it's hard to hear because I'm well endowed. No, well. Damn, this is an expensive eye tracker. $279. Well, gee, that's expensive. Damn. Maybe I should put the eye tracker off on hold because honestly, if there's something I want to upgrade next, it's my actual it's my web camera. But at least I found it. But I'll put that one on hold because the next thing I would like to upgrade is my actual web camera. Because I'm still using like a $20 one that I got off Amazon like 3 years ago. So yeah. Oh well. All right, there we go. Oh well, no heart sounds. Well, doing a heart sound would be a fun thing. No heart, if it works. I mean, it for sure works. Like for sure, for sure. Like, it for sure works. But I bought 3 and usually only one works. Wait, like a heartbeat mic or eye tracker? Oh, an eye tracker. Oh, okay. I mean, when I googled eye tracker, Toby was like the first one that like came up. So, but that does seem kind of fun. That does seem like a good idea in the future, though. Maybe. I don't know. You know, I'll just pop it on my throne wish list, and maybe I'll get lucky and someone will want to buy. Maybe someone will want to buy it for me on throne if I get lucky enough. Oh my gosh, these assets for Halloween are so cute. Okay, well I found a maid outfit, but got some blood on it. But I guess it's because it's for Halloween, so. That you might go to heartbeat bit. Oh, thank you. I don't know if I listen to heartbeats that much now that I think about it. I think it's also because when I think about heartbeats, I kind of think about like, you kind of think about like those horror games where they have like the heartbeats beaten. Does that make sense? Like as the person gets closer and closer to like danger or whatever, you can hear their heart beating like faster. I think. So I think that's why I don't really, I think that's why I didn't really think of them as being something like, oh, that's something also that's, checking, no, downloads. Okay, well, I want to move these. It's pretty normal since, yeah, like Resident Evil has it where like, Resident Evil has it where like you can, you know, where you can, you know, like, here we go. Oh wait, this one has one without the blood. That's fun. I asked my friends that are trackers. See the Toby eye tracker? Yeah, I saw that, Pinky. Yeah. The thing is, that shit's expensive. But I guess if it's decent. I was not expecting it to be like $279. I was like, oh, this won't be that expensive. You know. Okay, I just put these things in, so they should be here. Right? Yes. Oh. Aha, here they are. Wow, here this is. See, look, it's a maid's dress. I have to fit this for my neck though. 1 second. I have to fit this on my neck though. Hada! Something, something, something. 299 smack of dollars. I'm guessing the Toby made one is like, not the Toby made, the Toby 5 one is like the most recent one. Aha! Hada! Oh my gosh. You need to stop moving. It's jiggling. It's jiggling. It keeps jiggling like crazy. So, okay, here. You need to... Oh wait. Now you're stuck like this. Okay. No, where's the trash can? Okay, you guys say don't glue it to my chest as if I have much of an option here. I think it's because of the way that good old VTube Studio works. Is that when you attach something, kind of lack of better terms. Okay, let's see. Item order. Smoothen, 0, or max. Whoa, I never knew what smoothen does. What does smoothen do? Okay, we're gonna test out what smoothen does. Okay, here we go. Okay, well, smoothen did not help. This thing's still jiggling. This thing's still jiggling. I have to glue it to my chest. Where else am I gonna glue it? I gotta glue on my chest. Where else is it gonna go? Okay, but I also have, I have the maid, the maid thing. I have the maid, the headband. What do you call the headband? That outfit is somewhere between maid and Bible studies. Maybe so. Okay, so we have this, right? We have this. And you just put it on your hair like this. Okay, well, it still wants to move. I can't do anything about this. Glue dress to booba, you say? Well, it still wants to move. I guess so. I mean, it does its job. If I do, like, a stream, right? If I do a stream, right? It does the job of the ASMR. Don't you feel immersed? Don't you feel like I'm a good maid? Go Shujin-sama, okaeri nasai. Doesn't this feel like a maid? Always say, okaeri nasai, go Shujin-sama. Right? Right? This feels like a maid. Right? Right? Apparently there was a version of this. Oh wait, I forgot the bow thing. This thing had a bow. This thing had a bow that came with it, but the bow felt like too Halloween-y though. So I don't think I'm gonna put it on. You're a maid, you know what you have to do. I do! I have to clean. Which honestly reminds me that I need to clean like my own apartment. I need to vacuum. I need to vacuum. You know what I also need? I need one of those like those robot vacuums. I don't know if I want a Roomba, but like I need one of those robot vacuums. I don't think I'm gonna get a Roomba, but I need one of those robot vacuums. Not that, but fair. If you're a maid, can you give me a rub? I'm having to flare that. Pretty. Thank you, kitty. Thank you. Sure. What do you need? Do you need like a back rub or like a shoulder rub? Oh, now I want to see you do a co-op with Daisy from GBS ASMR. I'm gonna admit I don't know who that is. Gibby ASMR. Oh wait, I got this. Moe, Kyan! Maiden Cafe. Lower left quadrant on my back. Oh, I got you. I'm good at back rubs. Apparently, I have really good hand strength, which is actually kind of scary, but I'll try my best. Apparently, though, when I give massages, they're a bit too much on the rough side, but I will do my best. I now have diabetes. Oh no! We can both have diabetes together. Maiden Cafe. I don't know what. Oh, like a maid cafe? Maid cafe. I've been to a maid cafe twice, actually. But the maids at the maid cafes that I went to, they wear shorter ones. This one's actually pretty long. This is a pretty long asset. But if I show it on my full body, it's gonna look weird. If I show my full body with the maid asset, it's gonna look weird. But no, I'm like, I need a Roomba maybe. But Roombas are expensive. Look how much this thing is. Wait a minute. Ain't no way a Roomba's going for this much. Since when do Roombas go for like $1,000? What the hell? Oh, nah, man. I did not know Roombas were going for this much. Okay, wait, those are the more expensive ones. Okay, wait. Okay, the cheaper ones are better. The cheaper ones are better at a maid cafe. Man, you should have gone to. I love maid cafes. They're really nice for like, I learned that they're really nice for like, put Roomba on the throne. Honestly, I might just put the Roomba on the throne here. But I did find a cheap Roomba. Wait, let me see this. Unfortunately, budget said no. Ah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Maid cafes, like, at least for me going here in Japan, they're really good if you're trying to practice your conversation skills. I got $17 for payday. I completely feel you. Until payday last week, honestly, until my tax refund came last week, I had like 83 cents in my bank account. But that was like my American bank account, to be fair. And that only gets money in it every so often when I put money in it. But it was still funny to see 83 cents in there. Oh wait, this Roomba is actually not that bad. And it's on sale. Ooh. Silent mode comes in white or black. I can pay with PayPay. Oh, hold the front and free shipping. This might not be bad. You can also price compare with other non-Roomba. Oh wait, that's right. Roomba's not the only robot vacuum. Shit, I might have to go on Amazon. Amazon, you can give me a good vacuum price, can't you? I don't know how this stream dissolved into me now looking at this stream somehow dissolved into me looking at Roombas. Let's see. Robot vacuum. Cause like I just forget to. Oh wait, these aren't that extra bad. Let's. Oh, this one is only. Okay, wait. Wait, which account is this? Oh wait, this is my American account. God damn it. My dad uses Shark Robot. Shark Robot I've heard is good. Damn, this is my American account. I have to go on my Japanese account. Honestly, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Maybe it's me being ADHD, but like I've been needing to vacuum for like weeks now, and I have not, and I feel terrible. I feel terrible because I'm just like, I need to vacuum. I need to vacuum. It's bad, y'all. I need to vacuum. It's kind of embarrassing. Okay, here we go. Roboto Sojiki. Ooh, that one's not too bad. Let me see. That one's just, that does not need to be that expensive. Of course, they're pushing the Roomba one. Okay, let me see. Price. Okay, sort by price, low to high. Okay, they're showing me like all the attachments. Okay, I don't need the attachments. Okay, I need the. Okay, never mind. No, okay. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again because it's showing me the attachments, and I'm just like, okay, let's do average customer review. This is still not giving me. Oh my god, Shark Robot. Ooh. Ooh, I don't need attachments. I already have attachment issues. Mood. Ooh, this one's a robot. This one's Eureka. Okay, no, that's expensive. I'm not paying more than like $300 for like a fucking robot thing. Okay, here's one. 120 minutes of continuous operation. Anti-collision, carpet. It just goes. Like, cause like, I feel bad because it's just like, am I able to vacuum? Yes. I just forget to. And then like, it gets really, really bad and I feel bad. I need to buy a couple more things from around my house now that I think about it. I need to get my wire management under control. I have a lot of wires, but I don't know how to like manage my wire management well. You know how like you have a bunch of things plugged into your computer, y'all? And so it's just like, okay, so how do we manage the wires, right? And so I'm just like, okay, we just need to do clips, right? Or like some people, they have like things on their desk, right? Attachments on a desk. This desk does not have that because I bought a cheap ass desk. So this desk does not have any sort of attachment things that I could attach to it because it's a very cheap desk. Because I was like, okay, I just need a cheap desk. But like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I also need like better cable management. So how do you guys do your cable management? Or are you like me who your cables just kind of go everywhere? Do y'all have good cable management or do your cables just kind of go everywhere too? Because mine just go everywhere. It's bad. It's bad. Mine just kind of go everywhere on my computer. And then it's bad because they get dusty. They collect dust like a motherfucker. And I'm like, okay, this isn't good. Mine isn't bad, but it's good. Right? It's not bad, but it ain't good. I think I just need to get like one of those like clips. You know, I just need one of those like clips to like keep them all like clipped in together. I don't need like a super fancy, like we're gonna thread through them, I guess. I just want a clip to keep them together, especially when I'm vacuuming or when you have to move things around. Then the vacuum won't, you know, get stuck on them and be like, help, I'm freaking out. Especially if I get a robot vacuum. Rule is 1, don't make them tangle. 2, get them out of my way from doing anything in particular. See, that's the thing. They're tangled. I'm looking at my cords right now. They're tangled. Your cables around depending if I'm streaming my Switch or my game. Yeah, like I don't have to move my cables around because I don't have a lot of stuff I plug and plug in. Like all the stuff that I have plugged in, I have enough space that I can leave it plugged in. But like it's just kind of an eyesore to look at. Not to mention these are dusty. I need to clean these. You know what? Maybe tomorrow should be a cleaning day. Tomorrow was gonna be an ASMR research day, but maybe I should just clean instead. I have the day off tomorrow because my school was open on a Saturday, so we have the day off tomorrow. And maybe I was gonna run some errands that day, but like maybe I need to dust these cables off at least. Yeah. I got you know how people say that like I live in an organized mess? Yeah, that's me. I live in an organized mess. And then every so often I get a thing where I'm just like, I need to clean. And then it's an organized mess. And then I clean every so often. And you would think, well, if you clean on a normal basis, you wouldn't have to do this. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Unfortunately, I will probably not learn oops, excuse me, and continue to do this. I'll probably continue to do this, but thank you. Thank you for this. Spoons go brrr. Ah, man. I wish I could make my ADHD focus. I wish I can make the focus. That I don't have any focus. I don't have any drugs that I can take to focus. Plus, getting ADHD medicine in Japan is like a pain. I'm kind of too lazy to do it. I already have my diagnosis. So I'm like, can I just give my diagnosis to a doctor and get medication? I don't know. Or will they be like, you need to go get diagnosed again over here? And then I'm gonna be like, no, I don't want to go through the process again. You know what I mean? Like, if I go to the doctor and they say you need to get re-diagnosed, I'm just gonna be like, forget it. I'm not doing this. They also only offer, I think, one type of ADHD medicine in Japan, because a lot of ADHD and autism medications are not allowed in Japan. So like ones like Ritalin, Vyvanse, other ones are actually illegal in Japan. They're not allowed, even if you have a medical reason, they're not allowed. So I'm just so like, they have a very limited type to choose from over here. So if I was going to choose, if I was going to go with one over here, I'm like, and if it doesn't work, it's just like, okay, well, to be fair, I did try a bunch when I was in America, and Vyvanse did not work. Vyvanse didn't work. I tried another one that just made me sleepy instead, and that was really bad because it actually fucked up my work. So, because it made me sleepy instead, which like you would take it in the morning, right? And then I would like be falling asleep at my desk, and I'm like, well, this isn't normal. Like, I'm usually tired in the morning, don't get me wrong, but like this thing would literally make me sleepy. So I'm just like, this isn't good. So I don't know if I want to go through that again. Going through all those different cocktails and stuff like that. It seems like such a hassle. Cute Coco, but oh, thanks. Oh, yo, it was bad for work. I was like bad. I actually got, I think, written up for something one time, and I was like, oops. They were like, hey, you haven't been meeting your quota, and I'm like, and I couldn't tell, like, how could I tell them that the reason why I wasn't meeting my quota was because I was taking naps instead? And so my punishment, it wasn't really a punishment, but it was basically, they were just like, okay, you have to come into office and work, which sucked because I had to wake up at ass o'clock to catch the bus because the office was like an hour from where, it was like half an hour or so from where I lived by car, but I didn't have a car. So I had to get up ass o'clock early in the morning instead to take a bus there. And then I would have to take the bus back. And it just sucked. And I'm like, and it also sucked because then I had to, you know, pack a lunch or order food or whatever. And it was just no good. And I was just like, this is spending money I don't have for a commute. So yeah, that wasn't fun. So yeah, I was like, oops. But then I got to leave that job because I got accepted to teach in Japan. So I was like, I don't have to worry about this anymore. Yay. I mean, there have been days where I've almost fallen asleep at work here, especially when I have nothing to do, but luckily I haven't. I've been staying awake. I've been staying awake at work. I mean, it's kind of hard. You kind of have to stay awake because it's like, if I have to get in front of these kids and teach them, so I'm just like, I can't sleep. Though there are some days where I get to class and I'm just like, how about we all just sleep for 50 minutes? Oh, sorry, that was a loud laugh. But like, sometimes I'm so tempted to just tell the teachers, can you just give them a free period? I'm like, can you give them a free period? I'm sleepy as fuck. But I'm like, no, I gotta teach them. I gotta teach these kids English, even though they hate me for it. Well, they don't hate me, but they hate English. That's what they tell me. They're like, no, Coco Sensei, you're fine, but English, no good. They'd be like, I can't do English. And I'm like, look, I'm getting paid to teach you English. I'm gonna teach you English. There is no... These kids are so funny too. I'll be like, okay, here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna write some sentences for today. They'll be like, do we have to write this? Of course they say this in Japanese, right? But they'll be like, do we have to write this in English? I'm like, yes, you have to write this in English. This is English class. And they're like, and I'm like, don't me. This is English class. You guys gotta write in English. This is the whole point. It's the whole point. You guys gotta write in English here. I'm just like, my heart actually, I have so much more appreciation for the teachers I had now because I understand definitely what they were going for. What they were going through. Okay. Some of these kids are hilarious. Oh my gosh, it's after midnight already? Let's be honest here. These kids are gonna be better at English than 2/3 of people coming to Japan are at Japanese. The kids at other schools, yes. The kids at my school, no. Now, bless their hearts, I do not blame them. I've spoken about it a little bit on stream about the English education system, about how English education is in Japan, and I've spoken about it on stream and I've gotten on my soapbox about it. How many schools? I only teach at one. I'm only at one school. I am including myself in that camp count. Roga. I only teach at one school. I'm at one school only, which I'm glad for. Because people tell me, yeah, I gotta go to this school and that school. And I'm like, I'm glad that I only have to go to one school because I could not imagine having to travel around and stuff. Yeah, it depends on your assignment for sure. But some people get placed only at one school. In my case, the school that I'm placed at is a huge ass school. It's like really big. So I have so many classes. I see so many students. So it feels bigger than it is, to be honest. Right, you're shiest. Well, that's good, right? That's okay. But the kids at my school, the gap between a lot of them, my school is a private school, I've said before, but my school is a private school. And in Japan, getting into a private school is significantly, at least for the student, it's easier because the exams usually have a lower grading point, right, for passing than a public school would. Over here in Japan, the perception of a private versus public school is a little bit flipped. Public schools actually have a better reputation because it's more seen as, you know, you were smart enough to get into this school that you don't have to pay for your education, right? Versus a private school where often because they're on the lower, they kind of let anybody in as long as you can pay. They kind of have a reputation of these kids probably aren't the best academically. Again, it depends on a private school. But at least over here, depending from what I've seen in the US, it's like kind of flipped, right? And especially at the school that I'm at, their English ability is very, very low. I'm talking about very low. I'm talking about, and these are high schoolers, by the way. So by the time they get into high school, there's usually a level that they should be at. And typically they're supposed to be focusing more on writing and reading more advanced texts. These kids that I teach, at least in the general course level that I'm teaching in at this school, are not, but that's okay because this school is also focused on career training for training them for jobs, you know, after school. So a lot of times these kids will, in the general course, they can focus on a specific major like science. We have food science, we have business, we have sightseeing, we have art, we have an IT course, right? We have IT as well. So these kids, you know, when they come into this school, even if their academic ability isn't great, they can still get, you know, skills and stuff that can be used for after school and, you know, job training and stuff like that. So afterwards they can go to, you know, vocational school or whatever, right? Still be able to get a job, you know, stuff like that, or maybe go to like a smaller college or whatever. And then we have another course level that's above that. These kids are a little bit higher level. So their English is better. And then we have like the highest level where their English is like really good, but I don't teach that level. I teach mostly the general course kids because that's the biggest course we have at this school. And so for a lot of them, they don't need English in their job. I mean, they don't. You do not need English to survive in Japan whatsoever. Not even in the job sphere, unless you're going into a specific industry that is using English translation. The States are probably, nah, it's different over here in Japan. It was interesting to learn about it. But yeah, in Japan, you don't really need English in your jobs. And these kids know that, right? These kids know that I don't need English to get a job. And they don't. They really don't. Sure, it could be used to make you... Could it be used to make yourself look more competitive? Again, that depends on the field you're going into. It depends on the field you're going into. If you want to go be an electrician or something, knowing English... Okay, that's not really gonna help you, but cool, right? If you want to be an electrician, if you want to, right? So like for these kids, a lot of them are focused on their major. They're like, I don't need English. And I'm like, you're right, you don't need English. But in Japan, English is a part of your education. The government wants you to know English for a mix of myriad of reasons, mostly to look good. So, I'm here to, you're gonna have to take English. Get in, but generally if you pay, you stay. Oh yeah, like in my private school, like, again, there are entrance exams. Every single school in Japan has entrance. Every single high school in Japan has entrance exams to get in, whether you're private or public. But dependent on that school, the passing grade level is, you know, different. So, I mean, at this point, I'm just, you know, with my kids, honestly, their English, some of them, most of them on average, their English is at the middle school level instead of the high school level. And for some of them, I would even go as far to say they are at an elementary school level. Because I've tried teaching high school level. Ain't gonna work. I've gone down to middle school. It's a little bit better. But for a lot of these kids, it's like, I don't need English. And because the passing grade to pass is so low, they don't even need to try an English class. Like, they could be asleep for most of the time and they'll still be fine because the percentage they need to pass is only 30%. If I only need to pass my English exam with the 30%, I'm not gonna need to try hard in English. I can do the bare minimum or even less than the bare minimum and still be fine. So when I come in, right, the cool, you know, foreign ALT sensei who's meant to help them with their speaking skills, even though, again, they don't need it, are some kids gonna try? Yes. Are some kids gonna try their best? Yes. Are some kids just gonna look at me and be like, whatever? A lot. That's, my mom would have gotten the wooden spoon. Yes, but that's passing. That's because that's passing here. I tell the kids, because over here, for 30% is passing, I told these kids, that is not passing in America. I said, you know what's passing in America? They're like, what? I'm like, to pass a test, you would need at least a 70%, and that's a D. So I would say to be on the safe side, you need 80%. And when I told them that, they looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, what? That's too high. I'm like, that's how it is in the US. I'm like, you would not, a 30% is a fail. It's like a terribly is a fail. I was so surprised to learn the passing with 30%. I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, and the teachers there also realized that, like, yeah, it is a little bit lower than other places. 70 on the pass is evil. Yeah, apparently around the world in other places, what is it? You guys need only like 50% to pass? That's kind of crazy to me though. 50% is so easy to get, I feel. Like, you don't even have to study if you need only 50%. I don't even have to study then. I just go to class, take no notes whatsoever. I'd pass easy. I mean, I'm not meaning to brag about me being a straight A student or whatever, but like, I when I found out other countries there's only 50% passing, I was just like, that's nuts. Over here it's 50 for a D. For a D? That's nuts. That's nuts to me. Well, that's the thing. A D is passing. So like a D over here is 70. 76 or bust. I don't know. I feel like it's crazy that like you only need to know 50% of the content to pass. I don't know. But maybe it's because D's say kind. Or maybe it's because I'm still, you know, I grew up in the US and so I'm used to that, you know, get A's and get 100s. But yeah, you know, I've talked to my supervisor because at this point I'm trying to, you know, just get my kids to speak in English, you know. But, you know, it's tricky, I think, especially because, you know, kids are smarter than they think. So they look at my classes, which aren't for a grade, by the way. None of my classes are for a grade. All of it's just enrichment, honestly. None of my classes are for a grade. None of my lessons are for a grade because they can't grade it. So yeah, so I'm just like, this is kind of awkward. So like the students know and they really don't give a fuck. And I'm like, I can't really get mad at them, you know? You still need like a good 70, 30 for C. But to see like a C over here is like usually 80. Like an 80 is usually a C-ish. I guess. But yeah, 51% pass makes sense as a pass because it's the majority, but at the same time 51% is abysmal. I guess it really does depend on your view. But yeah, 30% over here is passing. To which I was like, then they don't even have to try. High school level anyway. Lower grades had lower recs. Oh yeah, I'm talking about high school level. Like I teach at a high school, y'all. And 30% in Japan at this school is passing. That's all they need to pass. So I think it makes sense now. I remember in one of my classes, I had this one boy who just refuses to do any work. He's like this in all his classes. I thought he was just like this in my class because it was English, and I talked to the teacher and she was like, oh no, he's like this in all of his classes. He just sits there and like never does any work. Because like they were doing a talking activity in pairs, right? So I'm like, okay, pair up, right? And this guy would not, I call him a guy, he's a student, he's this kid. This kid would not do anything. He just refused, and he was silent the entire time. He wouldn't say anything, he wouldn't do anything. He just sit there staring blankly. I felt so bad for the kid he was with. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, give you someone else as a partner. But I talked to the teacher and I was like, what, is there something going on there? And she's like, I don't know. We talked to his parents, like, cause like he's like this in all of his classes, but even then nothing changed. And I'm like, okay. Again, I don't really force kids to do things in my class. I ask them to do that. Make the kids play Dragon Quest in English, GG, easy. Yeah, no. There are a handful of kids in my class that are nerds, but a good portion of them are what I would call normies. And I think if I made them play a video game, they would look at me like I grew like 6 heads. Or Animal Crossing. I don't even know how I would set that up. I just try to get them to say simple sentences, guys. You guys have to realize I have to do baby steps with these kids. In addition, I cannot teach them in English like I was advised to. So whenever we come over here at my orientation, they were like, try not to use Japanese in the classroom because they won't like it. That's a lie, because I need to use Japanese in my classroom or these kids are gonna stare at me like I grew 3 heads. I'm not joking. I say, please write your name on the paper, and they all look at me like I'm speaking like gibberish. And maybe I am to some of them. I know that to some of them I am. But like, I cannot say, please write. I have to say it. I have to give them instructions in Japanese, for sure, for sure. And it's crazy because they tell us not to speak Japanese, but I have to speak Japanese, or else these kids are just not going to be able to do anything. I mean, it's nice for practicing my Japanese, so like I'm not really complaining that much, but it's just really funny when I would go to orientations and stuff and they would tell us, please don't use English. Please don't use Japanese. And I'm like, we can't do that. We cannot do that. Yeah, don't use the language the students understand. And to be honest, there is still like academic discourse and debate about whether or not that's good or not, to be honest. I think at a certain level, when they get high enough, that it's okay, I guess. But at the level that these kids are at now, we cannot do that. They are not at that level. Should they be? Maybe, because they're high school. Other high schools I probably could, but at this one I absolutely cannot. I have to use, you know, a mix with them. I understand the time. Like, you had to ask to use the restroom in German. I mean, we did try to do that. I remember at the language classes at my school in America when I was taking Spanish. They'd be like, try to say it in Spanish, right? So, puedo ir al baño, por favor, right? Which I can understand that, right? But like, our teacher wouldn't be mean enough and like just teach the class in Spanish, because she's like, I'm not going to teach the class all in Spanish because you guys are just introducing to a new language. Like, no, you know what I mean? But like over here, they're like, oh, well, the kids have been learning English already, you know, and you know, kids here, again, they start studying English like in elementary school, right? But I'm just like, I cannot use only English. I tried. I really did. I even did like classroom English and everything, and it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, because these kids, oh, ads. Look, I know it can be annoying, but hey, I've made some revenue from ads before. I think I've made a whole whopping $1 from ads sometimes. They're annoying, I know. Oh, there's no try. You had to. Oh, okay. I mean, I can understand that after a certain point, I guess. But, like, for me at least, I'm just like, okay, well. I mean, I don't make the kids do that. They can just ask in Japanese if they want, I guess. I'm not, honestly, when it comes to using the bathroom, I'm not going to, like, you know, rate someone. Okay, bye, Hugo. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye. See you next time. Bye-bye. But like, yeah, I'm not gonna force the kids to speak English to me. Like, I don't force them to speak English to me out of class, right? Like when we're in the hallways just talking, you know, we can speak in Japanese fine, right? And they know that. Welcome back, Pinky. But yeah, the kids can speak Japanese to me, you know, outside of class. They know that I can speak Japanese. I know I can speak Japanese, right? My goal was to try to use as much English in class as possible, but have you tried using sticky notes? What do you mean by sticky notes? Email works as a teacher in a pen drive, and this woman used a German term for pen drive when she talked to me in Polish. Have I tried using sticky notes? Define sticky notes. Like communicating with them through sticky notes? I don't know how I would do that during class. That's a lot of sticky notes. Pen drive. Oh, a USB drive. I was like, what the hell's a pen drive for a second? I mean, sometimes you just use a mix. There have been, you label stuff in the classroom with the English term and the Japanese term so they can make associations. See, we could do that, right? The problem is in Japan, students stay in one classroom and it's the teachers who come to their classrooms. So if students stay in the same room all day and then the different teachers, you know, for math and science or whatever come in, right? So if I were to do that, there is no guarantee those sticky notes, one, I have to do that for a bunch of classrooms. So that would be a lot of sticky notes. And then two, there's no guarantee those sticky notes will stay there because again, the kids are the one. I only visit a class like every 2 weeks. I don't see the same kids every day. I visit them every 2 weeks. So I do not have the same class every day. Yeah, so that would be a great thing to do if I was like in a classroom and I visited one classroom and it was a smaller school, but this school is just so damn big, it's hard to do certain activities because I have like 30, I often have at least 30 kids in a class, at least 30 in a class, which is kind of crazy. And I'm just like, man, there's so many notes. There's so many kids. That's also why I can't remember their names, because there's so many damn kids I see. So I made nameplates for them to use. 30 is kind of small these days. 30 is kind of small. I mean, my school was small, so I was used to like 20 being like the minimum. I think 30 is too small, is too big. For one teacher, it can get overwhelming for one teacher if it hits like 30. I remember the biggest class I had last year with 38 kids. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Why are there 38 kids here? 30 is huge for me, to be honest, because I'm used to like having kids of 20 or less. But I went to a smaller school, so that's probably why. 40 plus kids and no teacher's aide. Yeah, that's not good. That's no good. And teachers here don't have a teacher's aide. There's no teacher's aide here whatsoever. Not at this school. Like, there is no teacher's aide at this school. So when a teacher's teaching, it's only me. Like, when I teach, I have to have the English teacher with me, because technically, since I'm not a licensed teacher, I can't be with the class by myself. So the English teacher is always with me. But usually, if it's just a normal class, teachers here don't have teacher's aides. Unless there's a kid in that class that requires a teacher's aide. Which I've seen, you know, a few cases of that, you know. But besides that, there's usually no teacher's aide here. So like, yeah, you're teaching a big ass class. This is a big ass class, and I'm just like, Jesus. But because these classes are so big, I usually can't, you know, do some more one-on-one speaking with them. So oftentimes we have to do, you know, they speak with each other. But again, I'm just like having to remind them constantly, you know, try to use English with each other. Try not to only use, I think 20 is a good medium. 20, 25 is a good amount of kids in a classroom. Because the minute you hit 30, it can become very quickly overwhelming, especially depending on the class. Some of my classes I have seen are so rude. And when I mean rude, I mean constantly talking. Constantly talking is what I have to deal with. And I hate it, because I'm just like, I'm tired of telling you guys to be quiet. Stop. I constantly tell them to be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. And I'm like, you're being rude to me, and you're being rude to your English teacher. If you don't want to listen to my lesson, right? Like, I'm sorry for the complaining, right? It sucked. Like, if you don't want to listen to my lesson, that's fine. Put your head down and go to sleep then or something. Like, if you want to go sleep, that's fine. Whatever. I can't do anything about it. But you talking is distracting to everybody else. So zip it. I would rather take a kid sleeping than a kid disrupting my class and talking. And I know that people will complain about sleeping kids. And sometimes I worry about sleeping kids too. Except the ones that I know are only sleeping because the class is boring. Because right before I came in, they were up and around and talking with their friends. And then as soon as I started teaching, they immediately put their head down and started sleeping. And I'm like, I know you're not really sleeping. I know you're just doing this because you're bored. But again, if just sleep then. Just don't interrupt my lesson. Ooh, I never really used to talk when a teacher was talking when I was younger, but I get it now. Ooh, that is the most annoying thing ever. It is so disrespectful. So disrespectful. Like, okay, you don't like my lesson, fine, but don't talk while I'm trying to teach. Focus, you know? But yeah. Don't even get me started on the lack of discipline over here, because there's not much stuff people do discipline. There's no detention at my school, at least. I'm like, so what do you do when a kid's acting out? They're like, well, we usually will reprimand them. If they still don't listen, we usually tell their homeroom teacher, and their homeroom teacher can usually like lecture them. But sometimes that doesn't even work. And I'm like, do you ever contact their parents? Not really, unless it gets really bad. So you never contact their parents? Nope. There's no detention. Nope. So how do you get the kids to listen? I didn't get an answer for that. And I'm just like, okay. like, I'm not saying that you have to rule with an iron fist here, but if I'm a kid and I know that there are no repercussions to my behavior, what's stopping me from doing the behavior? Well, because it's the wrong thing to do. Okay, that's like all nice and stuff, but like, that's not how this works. Please take a nap. I'm telling you, I would rather somebody take a nap in my class than to be disruptive. I'm so serious. Take a nap. Take a nap. Sleep for all I care. Sleep, okay? Sleep. Just don't snore. If you snore, then I am gonna wake you up. If you snore, I'm gonna wake you up. But other than that, should I do a teacher ASMR? Wait, I can do a college professor ASMR. Oh my gosh, that would be fun. That could be fun. Wait. Gosh, that could be fun. Wow, the ideas. That could be fun. Like a college professor sort of type AU. That could be fun. You give me butterflies, you know. Wait, 1 second. I'm gonna remove this stuff from me. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, like I would really rather a kid just to sleep in my class. So serious. They could just sleep and I would be like, cool, that's fine, you know? Like I just don't want them disrupting my class. That's where I get angry. That's where I get angry. I'll get angry. You don't want me to get angry, but I'll get angry. I'll do it. I'll do it. I mean, I haven't really gotten angry though, because again, it takes me a lot to get angry. It takes a lot for me to yell, you know? And I don't like to yell, right? I don't think it does anything productive, right? I don't like to yell and scream anyway. But you know, sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I could probably gently walk up to my teacher and be like, hey, listen, I'm really like freaking out today. Can I just take 10 minutes? I need a break. I mean, I guess, but like, I mean, if kids want a break, I would say that like the kids who are like sick or whatever, or feel sick, they could like go to the nurse's office. And some kids do, right? I've seen kids go to nurse's office and then they get permission to like go home. So like they'll be like, I want to go home because I don't feel good. And then, you know, they tell their HR teacher, their homeroom, then their homeroom has to call home. And then, you know, the parent has to be like, sure. And the parent usually says yes in most cases, right? And then they go home, right? And I'm like, okay, fine. But some of these kids are just like, no, I'm going to be at school. I'm awake. I'm feeling fine. I just feel like talking. And I'm like, okay, we're going to have to tussle. We're gonna have to tussle. Check out these cute glasses. Look at these. Cute. Look at how cute these glasses are. Aren't they adorable? Cute glasses. Challenge them to a Pokemon bottle. Ah, I wish. Ooh, this coat's nice. Ah, I feel like a professor now. I look snazzy. Do I look like a professor now? Am I a professor now? Did you do your homework? Where's the report? Oh, there's a tickle. Ooh. Oh, Frittern? Oh, I remember seeing that, Amphy. Wow. Ooh, I need to pause. Oh, sorry. I was like almost choking there. They're adorable. I feel like a proper, I feel like a studious professor. Did you get your report done? Did you turn in your magical homework? No. It needs to be on my desk tomorrow, 8 a.m. Wait, no, that's too fucking early. 10 a.m. Needs to be on my desk 10 a.m. It was on 10 a.m. Ooh, but now I kind of want to do a professor one. A professor ASMR would be really fun. Professor. Koko-sen. Koko-sen kawaii. Koko-sensei kawaii. I'm so glad. Well, Professor ASMR would be good though, now that I think about it. Let's see. That's another good idea. I'll have to consider that too. Wait, how late is it? Oh my gosh, it's like kind of late. I think... Oh, it is kind of late. I think I'm gonna call it at this. I think I'm gonna call it at this actually, because it's late. It's on the later side. Okay, remove all items. Okay, it's on the late side, so I think I'm actually going to head to bed and sweep. I'm going to head to bed to sleep. Oh, thank you, Pinky, for being the raid leader. Yuxi. Okie dokie. We will raid Yuxi. All right. So, as always, everyone, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Thank you for stopping by. I hope I was able to make your day a little bit more interesting, and thank you for making my day interesting as well. I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of your week, and yeah, a script for the professor ASMR, hit me up. Okie dokie. Yeah, so I'll be back again next weekend, of course. What my schedule is, I don't know. Stream was a nice surprise for Monday. Yeah, I wanted to finally stream again after being gone for so long, and I was able to. So it was a little catch-up stream since I was absent this weekend. But yeah, I hope you all have a good one. So let's see, who are we gonna go raid? I don't have my copy paste raid message, so you guys are just gonna have to be like raid or something, because I do not have my raid one channeled. But yeah, okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, but yeah, again, I'll be streaming this weekend, so schedule will be going out, so keep an eye out for that, etc, etc. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your... Oh, that's a good raid message. Okay, everybody copy that raid message. We're gonna go with that one. Okay, yeah, let's copy that raid message. We're gonna use that one. Okay, so bye everyone, have a lovely rest of your week, keep it sexy, keep it classy, and I will see you in your dreams. Bye bye.